Archangel Michael says, be extremely careful with your next steps, because someone you trust is walking you into a trap. They have already set things into motion, a trip you did not plan, a destination that was not yours to choose. But the consequences of this trip will not be a vacation, it could lead to arrest, shame, and total collapse. The arrangements were made behind your back. A conversation that happened without your presence is now shaping your future in silence. Someone disguised their intentions with kindness, but their heart was never with you. Your name is being whispered. But the whispers are not blessings, they are warnings, they are preparations. A certain person has made a move that appears innocent, but the motive is soaked in hidden betrayal. You were chosen to be the scapegoat. This person is trying to make your name appear in a place it does not belong. And once it happens, your freedom, your peace, your control will be placed in the hands of strangers. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They will act like it's a casual journey, maybe a favor, maybe a celebration. But the vehicle you enter will carry you closer to a setup you weren't meant to walk into. And the closer you get, the fewer chances you'll have to turn around. A friend, maybe even a family member, is involved. They are covering their tracks while you're still walking on a path they designed for your downfall. You will remember the look on their face, the fake calmness, the deceit buried behind the smiles. Archangel Michael says, this isn't paranoia. This is divine truth. You are being pulled toward a situation that can lead to your spiritual imprisonment and earthly punishment if you do not take this seriously. Someone has planted something, not a gift, not a surprise, but a weapon. It's either an object, a statement, or a digital trace that they will later use to tie your name to something you didn't do. Type Amen to get blessing 557. This person wants you to be seen as guilty. They want you to look like you were involved from the beginning, as if you were the mastermind. They have gone to such lengths to create false documents, altered text, and even scheduled phone calls to paint you in a false light. They are working closely with someone in authority. This is not a random betrayal, it's calculated, timed, and funded. They think you are naive enough to walk right into it without sensing the shift in energy. You must pay attention to your intuition now more than ever. Your spirit has already warned you through strange dreams, sudden chills, and certain delays. What you think are obstacles are actually divine redirections to keep you safe. Avoid the person who recently mentioned a sudden trip or an opportunity involving travel. That offer was not born from love, it was designed to steal your reputation. And worse, it's wrapped in a ribbon of urgency to confuse your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 901. Someone has your personal information. They have used it to open something or register somewhere you never gave permission for. That action will be traced back to your name, and unless you take action now, the blame will rest on your shoulders. Do not agree to sudden changes in plan. Do not sign documents blindly or accompany people who are too eager to include you in something that doesn't sit right. If it causes confusion, unease, or sudden pressure, step back immediately. Archangel Michael says, there will be a moment very soon when you will be offered something that looks beautiful but feels off. That will be your testing point. Say no, and you will delay the trap long enough for the truth to rise. Be cautious of someone who says, just trust me. Because trust is not enough when deceit wears a familiar face. This person who pretends to want the best for you has made arrangements you cannot undo easily. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Your name is being discussed in a legal office. They are preparing a case with your name included. Yet you were never involved in what's being claimed. This is not about guilt, this is about someone trying to remove you from the path of blessing. They know your future is golden, and your breakthrough is close. That's why they want you silenced now. Their goal is to break you before your divine success reaches public eyes. Someone has booked a location in your name. This booking is meant to create a paper trail. A paper trail they can use against you when the time is right. A conversation has already happened between two people, one you know and one you don't. And both are silently watching your reactions. If you seem too confident, they'll move quickly. If you seem alert, they'll pull back for now. Type Amen to get blessing 747. You have a few days before a key date. That date will be used as the tipping point. If you are not cautious, something will happen that makes you look responsible for a plan you never agreed to. Stay grounded and connected to divine instruction. Do not panic, but do not be passive either. Ignoring this message could lead to humiliation that stains your name beyond what is fair. Someone has taken your identity and placed it in a false location. Whether digital or physical, this has already been done. They are hoping you remain unaware long enough for them to finalize the plan. You will receive a call, a message, or a visit from someone trying to appear innocent. They will mention something small, perhaps a favor or reminder, but what they are truly checking is whether you've caught on yet. Type Amen to get blessing 118. This entire setup was not created overnight. It's been building for weeks, maybe even months. That's why the energy around you has felt off, as if something is always hiding just out of view. Be especially careful near airports, legal buildings, unfamiliar hotels, or private homes you didn't initiate visiting. These are hotspots where their plan could be activated. Avoid signing or touching things you don't understand. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "You have been spiritually protected so far, but the enemy is growing desperate. They want to rush this plan because they feel your divine protection increasing. They fear what you will become if you're not stopped now. Your divine purpose is larger than you realize. This is why such energy has been invested in removing you from the equation. They don't just want your silence, they want your presence erased from a space that's about to reward you." Type Amen to get blessing 666. If you say yes to the wrong person right now, it will cost you greatly. The right thing will come with peace, not pressure. The enemy always tries to imitate urgency to make you act without alignment. This is your final warning to avoid a certain meeting or invitation. Cancel if you must. Decline with confidence, because your life is more important than offending someone's false expectations. They might claim you're overreacting. They might call you paranoid. But later, the same people will say you were wise for walking away. Listen to your inner guide. Don't let comfort or confusion trick you into accepting a plan designed to shatter your dignity. You were never meant to be their puppet. Type Amen to get blessing 404. The one who suggested the trip knows exactly what they're doing. They aren't naive, they're manipulative. They're using your trust as the entry point for a destruction they planned long ago. This is not about revenge, it's about protection. Heaven is intervening right now through this message to make sure you don't walk into what could ruin your entire future. There are documents with your name being altered, emails being forwarded, accounts being accessed. You are being monitored quietly. There is a location you should not step into in the next few days. If you go, a chain of false accusations will begin. If you avoid it, their plan will lose power. Type Amen to get blessing 939. Someone is keeping photos, recordings, screenshots, all pieces of evidence designed to mislead. And they will use them out of context. It will make you look guilty in front of those who don't know the full story. You must cleanse your energy, protect your mind, and seal your boundaries. Your silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. Not every conversation deserves your explanation. You are being spiritually watched over. This attack is not random, it is a reaction to your rising favor. Someone who once cheered for you has now partnered with your enemies. Archangel Michael says, "You are not alone in this war. A divine hand is already preparing to interrupt their plan before it completes. But you must do your part, detach, distance, and decide not to walk where you are being set up to fall." Type Amen to get blessing 813. You were never meant to be arrested. You were never meant to be trapped. But the enemy wants your story to end in shame rather than glory. Your escape lies in the power of knowledge. Now that you know, you have the upper hand. Use it. Stay awake. Stay intentional. The next 72 hours are crucial. Watch the signs. Don't answer every call. Don't accept every message. Choose your steps as if your future depends on it, because it does. Someone is angry that you still have joy. That you still smile. That you still shine. They believe your downfall will elevate them. But they are wrong. Type Amen to get blessing 555. If you read this message and still proceed blindly, you will walk into a trap that could cost you everything. But if you heed this, you will step into a new dimension of divine favor. This is not fear, it's foresight. You are being guided with love, not with punishment. The warnings are not curses, they are coverings. You are being protected because your name will one day be praised, not dragged. But first, this test must be passed in silence, in strength, and in truth. Someone tried to play God with your story. But they forgot, you are written into the plan of heaven. And no enemy can edit what heaven has ordained. Type Amen to get blessing 202. There's still something they didn't count on, your awakening. The moment you read this, your soul began shifting out of the trap they laid. What was meant to capture you will now become the evidence used to expose them instead. Their phone calls, their trips, their shared locations, these are being tracked by a higher justice. You're not walking blindly anymore. Their confidence will soon begin to shake, and their faces will no longer hold the same power over you. They used your kindness. They misused your silence. But the most dangerous mistake they made? They thought you wouldn't find out. Someone involved has already begun to feel guilt. They're not the mastermind, but they know the truth. And that guilt will soon make them speak in whispers, then louder, until someone exposes the entire scheme. Type Amen to get blessing 284. Do not be surprised if someone suddenly comes to warn you. That warning will be wrapped in fear. But behind it is a confession. Be still and listen. Watch their eyes. They won't say everything, but what they say will be enough. You must now act wisely with who you share your moves with. The same people who ask, "How are you?" are also the ones passing your answers to the people behind this setup. Every word you say is being relayed. Remove yourself from group chats. Limit your social stories. Your movements should now be unpredictable. Let their confusion be your cover. Archangel Michael says, "Those who betrayed you once walked beside you with smiles. But smiles are no longer enough to calm your spirit. The time of innocence is over, your discernment has arrived." Type Amen to get blessing 800. A man whose name has recently come up more than once is part of the hidden strategy. He was used as a decoy. He's not the leader, but he is the bait. He was sent to charm, distract, or delay you. He knows what he's doing, but he's pretending not to. You may even feel pity for him, thinking he's lost. But he's only lost in truth, not in agenda. If this person offers to take you somewhere or help you escape, decline instantly. The car ride, the location, the chance meeting, all are illusions built to force you into vulnerability. They may try to use emotions next. A story of hardship, a plea for understanding, a reminder of the past. But do not melt. That warmth is a setup. Your mercy is being weaponized. Type Amen to get blessing 229. Now you must prepare for an emotional shift. The moment you walk away from what was fake, it will hurt. But what follows next is divine alignment. You may cry. You may feel alone. You may even question how you missed the signs. But your emotions are not proof of failure, they are evidence of growth. Your destiny was being hijacked. You were being conditioned to accept a future that was not written by heaven. That contract has been spiritually burned tonight. What was tied around your energy, false agreements, fake loyalty, corrupted help, is breaking now. Not by force, but by awareness. You are no longer asleep to their plans. Type Amen to get blessing 377. Someone will try to guilt trip you. They'll say you've changed. That you're acting strange. But what they truly mean is, you're not falling for it anymore. You were never meant to be in prison, in a cell, or in shame. That would have been the outcome if you had followed their path. But you've now stepped into the shift. That one flight, that one signature, that one event, they were all rehearsed steps of a setup. The plans were well dressed. But your soul didn't feel right. And now you understand why. Archangel Michael says, do not look back. This isn't the time to be polite. Let people think what they want. Let them believe you're acting cold. Because their plan was meant to end in fire, and your silence just saved you. Type Amen to get blessing 455. A second trip may still be offered. This time, it will be disguised better. It may involve a gift, a religious event, a business idea. Decline again. This is the final trap before total exposure. The blessing of this exposure is that after this, your enemies will no longer have access to your heart, your trust, or your path. This was their last attempt. After this, they'll lose control. The people working against you may soon start to turn on each other. Their loyalty was never real, it was fear-based. When fear collapses, the alliance breaks. You don't need to lift a hand. All you must do is not participate. Do not fight in the mud. Do not explain. Do not scream. God is handling it in dimensions you cannot see. Type Amen to get blessing 909. The story written against you will begin to erase itself. The location meant to capture you will stay empty. The voice meant to testify against you will begin to stutter and backpedal. You will survive this by staying still and spiritually alert. Heaven has already placed angels in rooms you'll never enter. Your name is being defended even now. A woman, possibly older, is in shock. She thought you'd walk into the net easily. Her disappointment is your confirmation. You've broken the rhythm of their evil plan. Don't answer the call from an unknown number this week. Don't meet anyone who shows up without notice. Any form of pressure is a sign. You are to delay, deny, and disconnect. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You are being raised into a season of divine sharpness. You will see lies before they arrive. You will hear dishonesty in their silence. You will feel hidden envy behind their praise. This gift of discernment will protect you from future traps. You will no longer attract betrayers with your love. You will now repel them with your awareness. Someone will accuse you soon, but their voice will have no power. Because heaven will confuse their tongue and expose their patterns. Let their chaos speak louder than your defense. Archangel Michael says, what you almost stepped into was never your portion. What you almost signed was never your agreement. What you almost traveled to was never your location. You have passed the test. Type Amen to get blessing 303. You will now begin to see blessings increase. Because the setup was stopped, the reward will be multiplied. For every step you avoided, heaven will send double restoration. You were not just saved, you were elevated. Your spiritual rank has risen. You are no longer who you were before this warning. Keep quiet, keep calm, and keep climbing. The plan failed. But your destiny has only just begun. This is your victory. This is your deliverance. This is your chapter of divine escape. Now begins the part they never prepared for, your rise. They rehearsed your falls so many times, they forgot what it would look like if you escaped. But now, your escape is real. Their plan collapsed the moment you refused the offer they pushed toward you. Someone is panicking behind closed doors. They're making calls. They're rewriting stories. They're afraid now, not of your actions, but of your silence. Because your silence means you know. And when you know, you move with power. You have disarmed them. You've turned the trap back onto the builders. The same hand that signed your name on a false paper is trembling now. Because they know it's only a matter of time before exposure shatters their disguise. Your steps now are sacred. Everything you do is watched, not by enemies alone, but by angels surrounding your path. You've entered a new zone, a protected zone. A space where heaven has placed you away from destruction. Type Amen to get blessing 199. They never expected you to become aware. They thought your trust would bury you. But now, your caution is lifting you higher. What was hidden is now revealed. And what's revealed can't be undone. Your victory will be quiet, but strong. You won't need a crowd to clap for you. Your peace will speak louder than applause. Your clarity will be your crown. Someone who once laughed behind your back is now watching you in confusion. They don't understand how their plan crumbled so fast. But the truth is, what's built on deception cannot stand in front of divine light. Archangel Michael says, "You did not lose your way, you were being redirected. You didn't miss your opportunity, you were being protected from a poisoned one. The delay was not a denial. It was your greatest defense." Type Amen to get blessing 711. Soon, the one who organized the trip meant to trap you will face questions they cannot answer. They will stammer. They will lie. But every lie will pull them deeper into the pit they dug for you. Heaven is lifting you above every false accusation. You were never supposed to defend yourself. Because justice from above needs no human permission to be carried out. Now listen closely. Do not return to the person who made you feel unsure, even for a second. Their energy remains impure. Their intentions are unchanged. They might act regretful, but it's only strategy. A gathering is happening soon. You were once meant to be included. But your name is no longer listed. That exclusion is your protection. The gathering is not sacred, it's poisonous. Type Amen to get blessing 388. You may feel sudden loneliness in this season. But it's not true loneliness, it's sacred separation. Heaven has pulled you away to preserve what's coming next. Do not rush to replace people. The ones who left or were removed were never meant to walk into your reward. Their absence is necessary for your peace. Now your vision is clearer. The fog has lifted. The heavy energy that made you feel confused is dissolving. You are now walking in divine precision. Someone you forgot about will try to return during this new peace. They will act like they come in kindness. But your soul will remember. This is the same person who once benefited from your chaos. Type Amen to get blessing 1000. When peace arrives, old chaos often tries to sneak back in. But you have changed. You no longer walk in fear. You walk in wisdom. And wisdom will be your sword. There is still one more attempt left from the enemy. But this time, it will be their undoing. Because your awareness is now too strong. You will recognize the lie even before the lips speak it. Let them gossip. Let them create rumors. Let them scramble. You are untouchable when heaven guards your name. No whisper can become your truth. Archangel Michael says, walk tall now. You've passed through the fire without being burned. You've walked through false friendship without being stained. You are still standing, and stronger than ever. Type Amen to get blessing 616. Your name will soon be spoken in rooms of elevation. Not because of their permission, but because of divine appointment. What they tried to delay will now come to you faster. The trap was your test. The setup was your promotion. What looked like pain was actually positioning. You were never behind, you were being prepared. Now walk forward boldly. You don't owe them closure. You don't owe them forgiveness if your heart isn't ready. Your only duty now is to protect what's rising in you. There is an email, a message, or a package coming that carries truth. Do not ignore it. It holds clarity. It may not look important at first, but it is your final confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 121. You are not who you used to be. Your energy has shifted. Your glow has returned. The divine light that was dimmed by confusion is now blazing with power. This new version of you won't fall for the same traps. This version doesn't explain. Doesn't chase. Doesn't fold under pressure. You are now unshakable. Let the past watch you from a distance. Let them wonder how they lost control. You are not accessible to manipulation anymore. You are no longer their puppet. You have been sealed in divine favor. You will now see miracles where you once saw mourning. You will feel lightness where you once felt fear. Type Amen to get blessing 848. When you walk into your next season, the right people will find you. They will recognize your strength, not use your vulnerability. They will match your soul, not drain it. The path is cleared now. The blockages that came from deceit are gone. What's ahead is sacred. It's pure. It's chosen just for you. Walk slowly. Trust your steps. Trust your instincts. You are being led by divine hands now. You don't need to rush. You are already on time. Archangel Michael says, let your silence speak. Let your growth confuse them. Let your joy expose their failure. You were meant to survive this so you could lead others out of their own traps. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You will now become a voice for those who are unaware. You will warn others not to trust every hand extended in kindness. You will guide others using the same discernment that saved you. Your wisdom is sacred now. Do not waste it. Every lesson you've learned has value. Every scar carries power. You are a walking message from God. Celebrate in quiet for now. Let your spirit rejoice. Let your soul breathe. You escaped something most people never even see. You were meant to read this today. Not by coincidence, but by spiritual timing. This message was written for you.